I want you to sit back, close your eyes, and imagine every scene in your mind as I tell my story. Visualize everything with your own imagination, every street, every face, every moment. I was born in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria, on April 20th, 1889. My father was strict and often harsh, while my mother was gentle and nurturing. I loved my mother deeply, but my father's anger left me fearful. As a child, I was ambitious and dreamed of greatness. Yet, I also carried frustrations and insecurities that would follow me through my life. From a young age, I was drawn to art. I wanted to become a painter, to capture the beauty of the world on canvas. But life was not kind. I applied to the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna and was rejected twice. Those failures, small as they might seem, fueled a growing bitterness within me. I began to feel resentment, not just at my own misfortune, but at the world itself. Vienna was a city of contrasts. On the one hand, it was filled with music, culture, and learning. On the other hand, it was full of political tension, poverty, and fear. There were many communities living side by side, including Jews. I was exposed to anti-Semitic ideas that were common in newspapers, pamphlets, and speeches. Slowly, I absorbed these ideas. I did not question them. I let resentment grow into prejudice, and prejudice grow into hatred. World War I broke out, and I volunteered to fight for Germany. I found purpose in the army, but the war also deepened my sense of bitterness. Germany lost, and I felt anger at politicians, at leaders, and at those I believed had betrayed the country. I blamed Jews for Germany's struggles, falsely believing they were responsible for our defeat. These ideas were lies, yet I embraced them, and they shaped the rest of my life. After the war, Germany was a nation in chaos. The economy collapsed. Hunger spread. Fear and anger filled the streets. People were desperate for someone to guide them, someone to blame. I found my voice in politics, joining the German Workers' Party, which later became the Nazi Party. I promised hope, but my speeches were filled with lies, manipulation, and hatred. I told people that Jews were the enemy, and they listened. Imagine the rallies, the crowds of thousands cheering, hanging on every word. Imagine the fear and desperation in the faces of ordinary people. I rose to power because I understood how to exploit that fear. I became Chancellor of Germany in 1933. From that moment, my ideology turned into law. Jews were stripped of rights. Propaganda spread lies. Families were separated. Communities were destroyed. The machinery of oppression was in motion. But behind all the speeches and appearances of power, there was darkness. The decisions I made led to suffering beyond what I could have imagined. Millions of innocent people were persecuted, tortured, and murdered. The Holocaust is the mark of my actions. It is a stain on history that can never be erased. I want you to picture the faces of those who suffered, the children who never saw their mothers again, the fathers who were taken from their families, the elderly, the scholars, the workers, all treated as enemies because of lies and hatred. These were real people with dreams, hopes, and lives, and I played a role in their destruction. History will not forgive me. Hatred destroys lives. Prejudice destroys societies. My story is a warning. Do not let anger, fear, or resentment guide your choices. Do not believe lies about others, and do not allow manipulation to blind your conscience. As you listen, keep your eyes closed and imagine not only my rise, but also the suffering that followed. Feel the weight of these truths. Let it stay with you as a lesson for humanity. Hatred is never justified. Blaming others for your own failures is dangerous. Lies and fear can manipulate even those with the best intentions into committing unspeakable acts. The lesson is simple. Choose empathy over hatred, truth over lies. Protect the innocent. Question the stories you are told. Stand up against injustice, no matter how small it seems. My life is a testament to the power of anger and resentment unchecked, and the destruction it can cause. This story is not a tale of glory, but a tale of warning. Let your imagination carry you through history. Imagine the streets of Vienna, the battlefields of World War I, the rallies of Germany, and the faces of those who suffered. And let it ring you. Worst camp Bobana so all touches chauffeur Marlin Beach Shengshu to at a Saxoke with them Santush on the British Diamond for raising of most of the world space, but the ones for the past year. On Satan understand the consequences of hate and remember the humanity in every person. History's lessons are harsh, but they are vital. Learn them, carry them, and never forget the cost of hatred. That's it. See you in next video.